Hi, this is Pranshu. We saw how to generate a personalized dictionary targeting an individual. We use COP to generate a targeted dictionary, and this is what that dictionary looks like. But we were unable to find the password in this dictionary. We used aircrack to crack the WPA handshake present in this capture file using this dictionary right here. But like I said, we were unable to find the password in the dictionary. So now we see how we can use Crunch to generate a completely custom dictionary. Crunch can create a word list based on the criteria you specify. And this part right here is what lets you make a completely custom dictionary. So let's say you were trying to brute force a 4-digit PIN. In that case, you have a maximum size of 4 digits and a minimum size of 4 digits. And you will use this character set right here. By default, Crunch outputs the combinations on the screen, but you can store them in a file using the -O option. And in that case, instead of showing you the output on the screen, it now produces a file that has all of the combinations stored in there. Crunch also lets you break a large dictionary into multiple smaller dictionaries of a specified number of lines or a specified maximum size. For example, we use Crunch over here to generate 2-letter combinations of alphabetical character set. That's a total of 676 combinations. So now what we can do is split this dictionary. So if you were to create the dictionary, it would look something like this. So there's one dictionary created by Crunch. What we can do is break the dictionary into multiple dictionaries of a specified number of lines, maximum number of lines, or specified maximum size. So to do that, we, instead of directing the output to the file, we use the start keyword and specify the maximum number of lines, let's say, to be stored in this in a file. So now that it has generated the files, you can see that there are multiple files created there. With each file, if you do a word count on any one of the files, you'll see that the word count comes to 60 lines. So the line count actually comes to 60 lines. And that's what we wanted. We wanted a maximum of 60 lines in each, or 60 potential passwords in each dictionary. We can also specify the maximum size using Crunch. So if I were to do the same combinations generation again, I will now specify the maximum size of a file. So in this case, I'm saying the maximum file can only be 40 KB, or let's say 20 KB. So now it's just generated one single file, I guess, that never really exceeded 20 KB. Alright, so what we can do instead is generate something larger. And if you were to do that, it is now generating multiple files, all of so that's a lot of files in there. So if you do a word count, or if you do you'll notice that the maximum size is 20 KB. None of these files is exceeding 20 KB. So you can split a large dictionary into multiple smaller dictionaries of a specified number of lines or a specified maximum size using Crunch. Let's look in the man pages of Crunch to learn more about the options available. So you can specify the minimum length, maximum length, and the character set string. And you can specify the maximum size of the files and the maximum number of lines in the dictionary files. There are several other options, but one option worth knowing about is the -t option, which lets you specify a pattern. Example, this pattern right here, where the word God is fixed, but these parts in the beginning and at the end will vary. So this stands for lowercase, this stands for uppercase, % stands for numbers, and this stands for special characters and symbols. So this is useful if you know part of the passphrase and are trying to generate other combinations around that part. For example, let's say you saw them type part of the passphrase, and so you want to fix that in there. So let's see how we can use that. In my case, the password to my Wi-Fi that I'm trying to crack has my name in it and has special characters and numerals. So it has 3 numbers and a special character, which could be anything. Now, what I need to do, so users are more likely to put numbers and special characters at the end or the beginning rather than in the middle of the alphabets. So if you know that as a password cracker, then in that case you can generate a specific dictionary using Crunch following this rule. So I'm generating 11 character combinations, and I'm specifying the pattern to have my name in it and vary numbers, 3 numbers at the end, followed by a special character at the very end. So it generates 33,000 lines using those combinations, and I can choose to store them in a dictionary file and see if we can succeed using that file. Alright, so there we go. We found the key. It was my name, 1, 2, 3 numbers, and a special character at the end. So you would argue that I already knew the password, but users are likely to choose to generate passwords using specific patterns in their brain, and they are likely to choose the numbers and the special characters to be at the end of the file rather than at the beginning. So that is why it is known as the art of password cracking. And if you know what you want to generate, then Crunch lets you generate it.